Yeah, for now.
For now. Okay.
Good evening, guys, girls. Rob, along with Harris, along with Brian, along with Tim, along with Mike. And who knows who else may end up popping in before the show's over with this evening. Week one of our college football season is coming upon us. Week zero, which to me, zeros not don't exist, but it exists if your name is Florida State or some other teams like that. We're going to see if Florida State can bounce back after a loss last week. And we're just going to tell you at the end of the show, some of us may hang in, some of us may not straddle around and hang around and let you guys know who our top 12 teams will be. The four conference winners are automatically getting a bye. They'll be 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we'll tell you who we think will also make the top 12. Harris, you took a fall a few weeks ago. How you feeling, my friend?
A hell of a lot better than I was Mother's Day weekend.
Oh God.
Yeah, he fell on a ship, guys. He was on a ship and took a fall. And did it break your back? Did he actually break your back?
I still have a hairline fracture in my lower back.
That's not a lot
You
of
didn't
fun.
try to jump, did you?
No, actually, I hit wet concrete and whoop. Next thing I know, I'm looking up.
No. On
Brian.
the Atlantic? Wow.
Brian, you've been traveling. You've been doing some camping.
Yeah, we bought a Class B van, and we've been around back and forth around the country. Went to spring training.
Prettiest state you saw in 2024 is?
Prettiest state I saw in 2024?
Yep.
We really enjoyed New Mexico, actually.
Okay. All right. That's one I've never hit, so I need to definitely try to get down southwest part of the country. Tim, last we heard from you, you were doing the pinball. Are you still doing your pinballing?
Yes, in fact, the playoffs are coming up this weekend. I did not do so great in a warm-up event. Out of 44 players, I was fifth from the bottom.
But does that affect your ranking this weekend, or is that just a practice?
Nope. That was a little side tournament that was going on.
All right. What are you ranked anywhere along the way there? Like in the top 10, 15, 20?
For the regular season, I was 26th, which is almost to that upper tier, but not quite.
Daniel Barry, Sports Highlights. Yo, to you, my friend. What's going on? And Mike, you've been having some heart difficulties and heart troubles. Update us on your health.
Okay. I'm still having the semi-heart trouble. I'm going back on September the 10th to my doctor to see when they're going to have open heart surgery. B, I'm getting ready to move. We bought a house. We bought a car. I feel like I won on The Price is Right or something like that.
Now you're in Texas, right? You're in Texas right now. Are you gonna stay in Texas?
Yeah, no, we're only moving 3 miles away.
Oh, okay. You made it sound like you said you made it sound like you picking up moving stakes and stuff.
No,
I thought you were going a long way.
We're moving 3 miles away. We bought a big house that has a foundation. Let's put it that way.
Oh, okay.
But it's been kind of hard on my heart. I go to prehab. I don't have to hear these sounds. I don't have a lot of stuff, so it's been kind of busy. And I'm in the middle of a computer project, but because I've already found out which 12 baseball teams, according to my statistics, are going to the playoffs.
Okay.
And it's all set. There's probably one battle, but I don't think it's going to be a battle. I think all 12 teams are selected.
Okay.
But here I am.
One thing about it, we don't have our 12 teams yet in the college football ready to playoffs.
But I have
I'm
my
sure
12 teams.
I don't feel like we'll get all 12 of them, but we'll see what's happening. let's start off. We'll start off with Harris. Western Carolina is making a trip to Raleigh to play NC State this week. Western Carolina and NC State. Let me go grab a pencil so I can write it down. Tell us what you think, my friend.
This early in the season, you've got to take NC State at home. I don't care what the spread is. I'm going to lay the points. I'm going to take NC State.
What is the line for the game?
I have no idea. It could be 50. I'm still taking NC State.
As of this morning, it had no line yet. So, but straight up, you like who?
NC State.
Okay, I got you, Brian.
I also like North Carolina State as well. I've not read up on them yet this year. They were solid last year, but I kind of looked at the top 25 teams. So I haven't got the NC State yet.
We got you, Tim. Who we liking?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't name Western Carolina if they were, if I saw one of them on the side of the street. Yeah, give me North Carolina State. I don't have a line on them, but I'd say they probably win by.
I have a line.
35 points.
What's the line, Mike?
33.5.
33.5. Now, Harris, 33.5. He put himself on mute.
Over under 61.
State.
Harris,
NC
you still
State.
like NC State. Brian, 33.5 points now.
Yeah, I still like NC State.
Okay, Tim.
Yeah, NC State and definitely the under because they might be the only ones scoring.
Okay. Mike.
Oh, this ain't anything. No, nothing game for me to watch. And NC State for the win.
Yeah. I've been by Western Carolina, and man, that is in the middle of friggin' nowhere. I mean, we're talking an hour and a half from the nearest. It's an hour from a grocery store almost. That I'm not lying. It's 2 hours from the interstate, and it is crooked as everything. It's wild. It's almost down into Georgia territory. I just don't see how they can stick with this team. I'm with you guys. I'm taking NC State. Next game up on the charts there, Brian. It's more his area right here. Murray State. They're heading into Missouri. Missouri, early on this year, they are a dark horse team.
God.
We're gonna see what happens.
Missouri comes Missouri comes in rated 11th preseason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're a very dark horse team. Are they in the Southeast Conference?
Yes.
Yeah, they're in the SEC. There's a lot of people saying that they're going to make some waves this year. Does anybody see what the line is for this game? Murray State.
I have.
Missouri. All right, Mike.
I have lines on all these games. Missouri minus 48. Minus 48 with an over-under of 57.5.
Okay. We'll just worry about the 48. Brian, 48 points. Are you willing to lay it and take Missouri this week?
Missouri's got Brady Cook back as quarterback, and they got Luther Burden, the third wide receiver. They're both very good. Questions on defense, especially in the secondary, because they sent like 5 players to the NFL from last year. So I think they will not beat them by 48. Why would they? Right. I'm not sure they want to. They don't want to get Burden hurt. They don't want to get Cook hurt.
Right.
And
so Brian takes Murray State plus the 48. Tim.
Yeah, I kind of like that Murray State plus 48. It could be like 42-7, 45-7.
Yeah. Mike.
48 points is too much for my blood. I'm going to take Murray State. It's going to be like a 38-10 game.
All right. And we're going to do a little thing at the end of the show, guys. Kind of like, woo, like I can't believe this person actually believed this. This is one right here that at the end of the night you're probably gonna say, "Woo, Rob, you're out of your mind." I think Missouri covers. I think Missouri throws a shutout. I'll take Missouri in this ball game all the way through. Harris.
I like Missouri in this game. I don't know about a shutout though, but I'll take Missouri and lay the points.
Okay. Harris says he gives up 48 and he'll take Missouri. We got Tim coming up now. Lindenwood, the prison in the middle of Kansas. And they're going to Kansas to take on the Jayhawks. Lindenwood, they are they're like the third most famous prison in the country. And the prison camp is going to come out this week. Have they got what's the line, Mike?
Look, what time is the game? Can you answer that?
Don't know. Anybody know what time on Lindenwood?
I think it's a Thursday game.
I think it's a Thursday game too because it's work release.
I think it's 6:30 p.m.
8 o'clock
Central Time.
on Saturday?
Oh, you said 8 o'clock on Saturday.
No, it's probably 8 o'clock on Thursday. 8 o'clock on Thursday.
8 o'clock.
Yeah.
8 o'clock on Thursday, Mike.
And I'm looking. I have these games from date and time and time.
Okay,
So
I
keep
got you.
going, Tim. I'll tell you what the line's going to be in a minute.
All right. So,
Yeah.
so Lindenwood, Tim, that tough team, do they have a chance against Kansas?
Not a chance in hell.
Let's
I
say
expect this to be maybe
Before-
like 56-3.
Okay, so you say it even 50 points you'll lay.
Oh, I got the line.
All right, give us a line, Mike.
The line is Kansas by 45 and a half, and the over-under is 58 and a half.
45 and a half.
Yep. Yeah,
You're taking Kansas.
I'm taking Kansas.
All right, Mike. Tell us why
Oh, this-
Lindenwood. Tell us why
This ain't
Lindenwood.
no Shawshank Redemption story. Kansas in a rout.
Shawshank Redemption never looked so sweet. Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Where's the Rita Hayworth poster?
they better hope they got a kicker because if they don't have a kicker, that's gonna be the second shutout of the week. 70 burger. I will go with Kansas. Harris.
Nothing.
I want to know how much Kansas is paying Lindenwood to show up. It can't be
I
enough.
wonder how much they're going to get for this.
They got to be getting a good chunk of money because they're going to get an ass whooping.
I never even heard
I'm
of them.
telling you that. Kansas and give them all the points they need.
Brian.
God.
Kansas is not playing any home games this year. They're renovating their stadium. So
Oh,
they're
really?
playing their home games in Kansas City. And this game will be played at Sporting Kansas City's Park
oh,
in KCK.
okay.
Oh, you
They've
mean
got
the
the
soccer
big games
team?
will be at Arrowhead, but some of the smaller games are going to be at Sporting Kansas City. Kansas has a history of not running up the score on FCS teams, and they also are more interested in their second week game with Illinois. They're going to be looking at trying to get ready for that game. That's their whole approach. So, and then they've got a quarterback, Jalen Daniels, who's very good, but he's also been very injured in the past, particularly his back. His back's supposed to be 100% this year, but the last thing they want is to get him hurt. So, their backups may beat them 50-0 as well. So I'll go ahead and take Kansas at the points. But that'll be
Okay.
By the way, the answer is $360,000.
360,000.
They're giving Leavenworth 360, huh?
Yep.
Wow.
It's good to beat some prisoners.
Leavenworth.
They could have probably gotten a lot more money out of that.
That's good money for the electric chair,
Lindenwood's the Lions. They're by St. Louis. That's cool.
Oh, okay.
Mike,
Yeah.
Southern Utah against regular Utah. What
here we go.
we got tonight?
This is great because I get to see all this app I have has all them. The line on this game is Utah by 38 minus 38, and the over under is 53.
Well,
Southern
start us
Utah.
off in like
Southern
Utah.
Utah.
They're in the Big 12 this year, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Utah's number 12 right now. Utah, this is the one I think will be the shutout game. Utah in a rout, maybe 41, 42 points.
Okay. Yeah, Utah, they're for real. They're for real. And I've looked at who they play this year. This team is capable of going 12-0. They are more than capable of going 12-0. They've got a lot out there, and I think they're gonna rout this Southern Utah team. 38 points won't be enough probably by halftime. I'll take Utah.
Mhm.
Harris.
Well, I think an 8-5 record from last year is definitely looking 11-3, 12-2, something like that. Utah on the route.
Brian.
Last time they played Southern Utah was 73-7. Utah. I don't think Utah is going to go undefeated. You'll see what I think of Utah later on, but there's going to be some tough games in the Big 12 conference. Big 12 is pretty top heavy with K-State,
The 18, the
Kansas,
14 team
Oklahoma
conference.
State. There's some good teams in the Big 12.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I think Utah will definitely cover.
All right. Tim.
Yeah, maybe Southern Utah will get 10 points this year. But I don't think Utah will get 73. But at least I'll say 56. So let's say 56-10.
So they come with a 38 easy. All right.
Easy.
All right. Coming to my way now. Temple. Gonna go travel to Oklahoma. Oklahoma is a 43-point favorite.
Really? Wow.
And I think it's too much. I think Oklahoma is one of the teams that, to me, is overrated. They have not beat. I mean, when's the last time? They just don't win the big game when they need to. They trip over themselves. I'm taking Temple. Oklahoma wins this game. 3 touchdowns, maybe 43 points. I'll take Temple, and I'll take your road dog at plus 43. Harris. Thank you.
Oklahoma wins the game. They do not cover, and they do not make the playoffs.
Okay. So you'll take Temple in the cover.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Oklahoma's lost their offensive coordinator. They lost their quarterback. He went to Oregon. And they lost pretty much all their offensive line. So they're replacing quite a bit at Oklahoma. I don't think Temple's coming off 3-win seasons, so they're not very good either. But I don't think they're covered by 43 points.
43? Okay.
Yeah, 40, I don't think they covered.
Okay, Tim.
Yeah, 43 just Temple usually comes out good early in the season, but yeah, for three-win seasons in a row, still watch they watch this covers by like 40.
Yep. So you'll take Temple.
Yep.
Michael.
You know, you guys, there's got to be some kind of an upset somewhere. This isn't the one. And I'm going to disagree with all of you. I think Oklahoma.
You think Oklahoma's going to roll?
I think he's
See,
frozen.
I'm opening my mouth, and here we go. And they got. No, I'm going to take Oklahoma. I think it's going to be a rout. They're going to show themselves good on national TV.
All right. Mike takes Oklahoma and minus 43 points. Harris, we're coming to Harris. Illinois State. They're going to travel to Iowa. Illinois State travels to Iowa this week. Iowa last year, one of the top 5 defenses in all of football, but had no offense. They weren't even in top 100. What happens this year? Mike, do you have in line for Iowa?
Yes, I do.
I
do. Iowa has Iowa 22.5 over under
okay.
41.
22.5, Harris. Who you like?
Iowa loses this game point blank.
Oh, okay. Wow, Harris, bold.
And they're overrated at 25.
Brian.
Illinois State was 6-5 last year, but they're very strong on the offensive line and they're very strong on the defensive line. And Iowa has no semblance of an offense. McNamara, and plus the head coach Ferentz is suspended the first week for recruiting violations. So the DC is going to be the head coach in the first week. But I don't think Iowa. I try to watch a couple of Iowa games. Their defense is fantastic, but you can't even look at their offense. It's so bad. It's conservative, and they can't do anything. I think Illinois State covers in this game.
All right. Tim.
Yeah, that line is probably higher than what they scored in 80% of their games last year.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, trying to find an offense. I mean, like, I understand that's Illinois State, but no, I don't see them winning by that much. By 14 points, maybe, but not 23 and a half.
Mike.
And the other thing I'm thinking, as I'm looking at the Iowa schedule, this isn't the important game, but they're going to look ahead because they're going to look ahead to their rival, Iowa State.
Yeah.
That's right. That's next week. That's week 2. Why not go with the underdog? This is an underdog pick for me. Illinois State, the Cardinal.
Are they going to win straight up, Mike, or are they just going to cover?
No, it's going to be close. Field goal.
Okay. I'm going against all you guys. I really think Iowa's going to come out this week. I'm going to say Iowa gets 2 defensive scores. I think they're going to win. This is another one. I think they could put a 0 on the board against Illinois State, 31, 34, nothing. I think they're going to be sound. They're at home. I will give up the points. I will take Iowa this week. We're going to Brian now. Chattanooga is playing Tennessee. Let's see.
Chattanooga, huh?
We don't froze up. Are we okay? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I just saw everything was frozen on my screen. Chattanooga at Tennessee. What we got, Mike? What we got as a line?
Got a line.
Okay.
The Tennessee Volunteers are favored by 38.5 over the mock over the mocks. Over under 57.
Yep. 38.5. Brian, have at it.
Okay, Chattanooga their strength is also their offensive line, and they can run the ball a little bit. But Reed Williams, their center, is a top center probably in college football this year. Not the top, but one of the best. Tennessee, I love their coach, Josh Heupel. He's outstanding. Watched him play in person when he was at Texas against K-State when he was a player. But they got 6 players that went to the NFL. There's a lot to replace. I think Gronowski will be their quarterback, but it's good. There's a lot to put together here, and I don't think Tennessee's quite ready to beat them by 38.
So you'll take 38.5. You'll take Chattanooga.
Yeah.
All right, Brian. I'm sorry, Tim. I'm sorry, Tim.
Yeah, so is the kid that's starting is the one that took over for Hendon Hooker when he tore his ACL?
Gronowski?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they probably lost their 3 best players to the pros. So yeah, it's going to take a
They
little
lost 6
to reload.
players. They lost 6
Six
players.
players.
Yeah.
Did they all make the cut today?
Tennessee Martin hold them to like a closer game last year.
Tennessee Martin held them 17-10. I think it was
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Tennessee Martin's no joke. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
So
As an FC. They're 8-3. Yes.
maybe the power of Terrell Owens will help out the Mocs here and at least get them to the hold.
You'll
the line
take
a little bit.
Chattanooga.
I'll take Chattanooga. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you asked me on my travels. Chattanooga. We went to Chattanooga, Tennessee.
That's pretty part of the country.
Lookout Mountain was outstanding.
Yeah, Tennessee. I've been down there a few times, and that western part of North Carolina is beautiful too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mike, we got
How's the baseball stadium?
where?
Everybody knows. In Chattanooga.
Oh, I don't know.
The Lookouts, man, one of the best logos in minor league baseball.
Really?
The C with the double I's. Yes.
Oh.
But does that help me? No. This game is so bad they're putting it on the SEC network, okay? Tennessee in a route.
Mike says Tennessee. I'm kind of with you, Mike, on this one. I think Tennessee, SEC, they reload. They don't rebuild. They reload. They may not have the quarterback they want, but they're going to have so many good running backs. They're gonna run it down their throat. I really believe that. 300, 350 rushing yards this week wouldn't surprise me at all. I'll say Tennessee wins handily, 38.5 points. I'll give it up.
What
Harris.
was Chattanooga's record last year?
Tennessee's going to be a team to watch in the SEC this year.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised. Tennessee will rout Chattanooga.
Think so?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. We go to Tim now. Tim, South Dakota State.
Ah,
They're heading to Oklahoma State. I know what Tim, any idea what the line is for this game? How about 10 points?
40
is it? 10
That's it?
points. 10 points. South Dakota State going to
They're
Oklahoma
defending
State.
FCS champions, so I believe.
Somebody smells a rat here. I don't know what it is.
I could see that in December or January, but not in August or September.
Yeah. What do you think, Tim? Somebody
I'm
smells
just
a rat here.
see if-
Somebody either likes San Diego State a lot, or
Well,
either
South
something
Dakota State is the reigning FCS champion, so that's probably got a little bit to do with why the line's short. Because I think there might be, and
All right. Tell
Oklahoma
us
State
why
was-
Tell us why San Diego State covers.
why South Dakota State covers.
I mean, South Dakota State. Yeah, that they moved from San Diego to South.
Besides having
yeah,
one of
that's
the
why they moved.
better nicknames, I believe they're the Jackrabbits.
Oh,
Right.
Yes.
That's what they are.
So who you liking in this
Well,
game?
yeah, like I said, this game needed to be later in the season, but I think Oklahoma State can cover 10 points.
All right, Michael.
I love watching South Dakota State when they play in the FCS tournaments and stuff. It's such a cool when they had to play North Dakota State. But Oklahoma State's probably been working out a lot more than South Dakota State, and it's only 10 points, and I'm not going to fall into the trap, and I'll say Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I got one number for you that makes me think Oklahoma State routs them. 94. 94 degrees at game time.
Mm-hmm.
South Dakota State ain't used to this, brother. They coming down there. They are going to get lit up more ways than one. Yeah, I'll take Oklahoma State. I think it's a rout. I really do.
Oh,
I really do. I think, if it was 20, I'd give 20, but 10 is what we got to give. Harris.
Yeah, let them stay healthy and get to their end of the season playoff tournament where they're used to playing in the cold weather. They're not going to play in the warm weather. That's exactly what I was saying earlier. December, January, maybe. Now, there ain't no way in hell. Oklahoma State.
Brian.
South Dakota State is still the preseason number one pick in FCS preseason. And Oklahoma State, they made it to the Big 12 championship game last year, but they were inconsistent. They lost big time to South Alabama. They lost to UCF. That wasn't so great last year.
Yeah.
So they had two really ugly losses last year.
They did.
I think they will cover though. The 94 degrees is a big factor, like you said.
Yeah, and that's kind of a hard thing to go against. Yep. Michael.
Yeah.
Akron, the Acorns. They're heading to Columbus to play
Acorns,
the Ohio State Buckeyes. Buckeyes favored by 50. What do you think here?
How many?
Mike?
They're not
50.
the Acorns. They're the Zips. Z.
If you want to call them the Kangaroos, that's fine too, because that's what their logo
I
is.
call them the Zips.
Zips.
But-
Well, Mike. Tell
The
us why
Zips.
Tell us why the Zips are gonna stay in it.
Really? Really? Ah, really?
Oh,
I
man.
don't think so. Ohio State, 74. Akron, I'll give them tree. Ohio State. Tree.
Oh yeah, it's a 70 burger written all over it. I think it's the best team in the country. Ohio State, they're not going through as much. They don't have quite the schedule that Georgia has. Yeah, they're gonna play some tough Big Ten teams, but they're not SEC teams. This is not a test, folks. This is an emergency broadcast system, and it's coming on by the halftime. They'll probably have 60 by halftime. I'll take Ohio State in a rout. Harris.
Only question in this game is if Ohio State can get out healthy. They don't need any stupid injuries here in a game where they're going to put 80 or 85 points on the board.
Yeah. You take Ohio State?
Yeah.
Brian.
Akron was 2-10 last year. They're not very strong. Ohio State's new quarterback, I've watched him play many times. He came from Kansas State, Will Howard. He is a real deal. He was being pushed, though, by who's going to be Kansas State's quarterback next year, Avery Johnson. And I think that's why he went to Ohio State. He's going to find that he probably had a better offensive line at K-State than what he's going to have at Ohio State. Now, going into this game, Ohio State is going to take it seriously because they have to develop that offensive line. They've got the best defense probably in the country, but their offensive line needs some work, and I think they're going to take this game very seriously, and it will be around Ohio State.
Tim.
They're not going to have 60 at halftime. I'd say 63-0 for Ohio State.
All right. So he likes Ohio State as well. Coming back to me here. Western Kentucky at Alabama. Alabama's a 31-point favorite right here. And you know what? It's a little red flag flying up for me right here. Coach Saban did not pick Alabama to win the SEC. Coach Saban rumored to be going somewhere back in the Northeast, if you guys know where I've been talking about there. I don't for 2025, I don't know whether that happens. I guess it all depends on what happens up at Ohio State, but something right here is just a red flag for me. I don't like this game at all. 31 points. I don't know anything about Western Kentucky. I just think they're going to come out and play. New team, new everything for Alabama. They probably win 50-0. I'm going against the grain. I'm taking Western Kentucky in this ballgame. Give me the 31 points. Harris.
Question is, does Alabama look past them at their tough SEC schedule? That's the whole key. I mean, to them, this is nothing more than a glorified scrimmage. Alabama wins the game. They will not cover the points.
Okay. Brian.
Western Kentucky is not – they pass the ball pretty well, but they can't stop the run. And Alabama's going to run the ball, all over them. Their new coach, DeBoer, he came from Oregon, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. He was Oregon's coach.
Mm-hmm.
Alabama's got some grown men on the offensive line, and they got some grown men on the defensive line. I don't see Western Kentucky being able to do anything. I'm going to take Alabama on the points.
Take Alabama and the 30. Give the 31 up. All right, Tim.
Yep, I'm with Brian on this one. While Western Kentucky's been known as passing university, they have not been known as defense university. So I think Alabama will go all over them.
Michael.
Just an FYI, Alabama's next opponent is South Florida. So that's a waste of my time. Right now, the number one team in the country should be the Tarleton State Texans. Baby, the Tarleton State Texans that play in Stephenville, which is about an hour and a half from me. They won on Saturday. Now the big boys come up. So Tarleton State drops from 1 to maybe 101. Alabama in a rout. You guys are so worried about these lines and these big numbers of points. Woo, woo, woo. It's a rout.
Harris will be up next. Michael, Furman and Ole Miss. Look and see if you see a line for Furman,
I
Ole Miss.
will get you a line for this one. Hold on.
Number 6, Ole
Furman,
Miss.
Lord.
Furman, they are they're the Bobcats, or are they the
I
Paladins.
don't know, but I can get them by Furman.
They're the Paladins.
the fur
The
coats?
Furman, the Paladins.
Paladins,
Whatever a
yeah.
paladin is.
The Paladins. Oh, okay.
What's a paladin?
Is that a horse?
Is it? I don't know. I see their logo. Doesn't have nothing with a horse. It's got an F over a diamond. Line on it. Minus 42. With
Minus 42 coming
with
to
an
you, Harris.
over-under of 60.5.
The Furman fur coats heading to Ole Miss, and Ole Miss is 42-point favorites. Harris, tell us why Furman will cover.
They won't. They might as well stay home. Ole Miss. I'll be back.
All right, Brian.
Furman won the Southern Conference last year, and it looks like they're reloading. So they're a decent FCS team. Lane Kiffin's a good coach, but I'm not going to give him that many points. I think Furman will cover.
Oh, okay. Tim.
No way for Furman to cover here. None.
Yeah. You like Ole Miss.
Yes.
Michael.
Yeah, when you have a league that has the Citadel, Mercer, Sanford, Vimy, which I call,
Vimy.
Wolford,
Vimy.
Vimy, yeah,
The
VMI,
Wolfers.
Wolford. I'm like, woof. No, another route city. Mississippi will probably be on their third string in the third quarter. Thank you.
Those sound like teams that Liberty used to play when they were coming up.
It sounds like it.
They
We're
will
gonna look
lose
at their
the
schedule.
old. They will lose the old and then go back to the new this week. There'll be New Mississippi. New Mississippi win 66-0. I'll take New Mississippi. We're going to Brian. He just spoke about this team a little while ago. UT Martin going to Kansas State. Michael, what kind of line have we got on this one?
Okay. Let me look at that. I was just
UT
looking
Martin.
at the
They're a bird, aren't they? A Martin.
I was looking at the
I think
Liberty
it was
schedule.
Skyhawks. It might be. Yeah, I think it was Skyhawks.
I know there's something called Martins too.
Wait a minute. UT Martin?
Yep. Kansas
Okay.
State. I want to say Kansas State was
I can look
22.
it up that way. That's
I
the
want to say
easier way.
22-point favorites, but I'm not sure it's that much.
Keep talking, Brian. Let's hear what you have to
Okay,
say.
Tennessee Martin was 8-3 last year, and they returned 7 all-conference players from the FCS school here.
Ooh.
They could give Kansas State a game. Kansas State is kind of running with a new quarterback, Avery Johnson. I watched Avery Johnson play quarterback at high school. He was a top high school passer at Nays South in Kansas. But, he started a few games last year, did well. He's kind of a smooth operator. He needs to be a little bit more accurate passing. Kansas State has a very good offensive line, which will be too much for UT Martin, I think.
What do you think, Mike? What's the line, Mike?
The line is K-State minus 36, over under 56.5. Bryce Harper just got a hit.
36 points, Brian.
Kansas State has to find some things on defense. I think they won't cover. I'll go UTM.
You'll take UT Martin, okay? So Brian takes UT Martin there. Tim.
I will go there as well, and K-State will just miss the mark. I'll say it'll be like 42-7.
Oh, one thing about Kansas State, that little running back from Colorado, what was his name? Dylan Edwards. They got DJ Giddens back and Dylan Edwards, who was very good at Colorado last year. He's at K-State this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Coach
So
Brian lost
Tim
a little
is
bit of
taking
edge.
UT Martin. Mike.
You guys are so freaking worried about these teams. Oh, they're going to keep it close. They're going to keep it close. No, this is another one. Kansas State is a Big 12 team, okay? Why are you so worried about little old Tennessee Martin? If it's basketball, that's a different story. This ain't college basketball. This is college football. Phillies didn't score. No score after one.
Yeah, I
Give me,
saw that.
Kansas State. I got the Yankees. And I got the.
Yeah, I'm with Mike here. Kansas State. I think they play in one of the toughest places to go visit, too, and I think they are at home in this game. Tennessee Martin,
yes, they are.
Tennessee Martin will be lucky to have 30 people travel with them. I'll take Kansas State around.
30.
And something K-State knows is they need to play all 12 weeks in order to get into the playoffs. It's not going to be given to them like it is at Alabama or Georgia. So they're going to go out there. They're going to set the mark this week. They're going to put their foot on the gas, and they're not going to take it off to the final whistle.
All right, Tim. Idaho, the Spuds. They're heading to Oregon. And what's in line on that one, Michael?
Here we go. I'm going to get to that one.
By the way, Idaho is the Vandals.
I think it's Idaho's the Vandals, yeah.
And by the way, Idaho
the Vandals.
downgraded from just to FCS.
Yeah.
Minus 43 and a half.
43 and a half, Tim. Have
43
at it.
and a half? Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding. I see it right in front of my eyes. 630.
72-7
No vote.
Oregon.
No Bo Nix. 43 and a
Okay.
half.
72-7 Oregon.
Mike.
Bo Nix will probably just show up at the game and he'll get a standing ovation or something like that. And that's going to be just the beginning of all the excitement that Oregon's going to have. Oregon in a rout. Come on.
I agree. 45-0 at half, probably. Maybe 45-3 at halftime. They're
Oh,
going
come
to
on,
walk.
Jazz.
I will take Oregon huge. Harris.
The only question this week with Oregon is if they only get one vote again as the number one team in the country. Oregon, huge.
Brian.
Oregon's they're not empty at quarterback. They got Dylan Gabriel from Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're still going to have a quarterback.
He's that left-hander, right?
Yeah, I think he is left-handed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like Idaho's not very good. I think also Idaho graduated a lot of people, so I'm going with Oregon.
All right. Michael.
Yes,
We got Fresno State heading to Michigan. Michigan, a 21.5-point favorite is it. 21.5 is it. Michael.
Yeah, I
Fresno
know. And the
State-
over
Fresno State and
is
Oregon.
46 points.
Somebody smells a rat here. I don't know.
Well, Jimmy H, God bless you. Good luck with Sophie. You know, anyway, I'm impressed with the Michigan coach. So I don't know if Fresno will give him a game. If it's in Fresno, you might get a game out of it. But there's
This
going
is
to be
Michigan.
103,000 people in Michigan. Fresno State gets scared. Michigan.
I'm with you. This is a team I think is overrated at the beginning of the year. I really do. I think this team is going to have multiple losses regular season. This ain't it. 21.5, not quite enough. Michigan puts it on them, but maybe not to the extent that we think they will. Maybe a 33-7 game or something like that. But I'll take Michigan. Harris.
I'll take Michigan in this game, but the Michigan-Ohio State game at the end of the year won't mean anything.
I agree. So you giving up the points?
No, I'll take Michigan this week.
All right.
Might
Brian.
be the last time.
Yeah, Michigan's getting a new head coach, new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator. They graduated 18 starters, only four guys back. Boy, I think Michigan is definitely. I'm with you. I think they're overrated, but I don't know a lot about Fresno State. I think they're decent, but I'll take. Boy, I'll take Michigan.
All right. Tim.
Michigan's going to want to set the tone as a defending champion. You know, they'll get the rings and all that, and then they'll play like champions. So, yeah, give me Michigan to cover the 21.
All right. Coming back to me now. New Mexico.
Oh, God.
Traveling to Arizona. Arizona, 30.5-point favorite. And to just let everybody know, this is not this is not New Mexico's first game of the season. They've already played and got the hell beat out of them. Arizona, you get to go to Arizona for the second week.
Out of them.
How about that? You get a second dish. And this time right here, no leftovers. Arizona, 30.5. They're one of the better teams in the country. They are underrated. I'll take Arizona in a washout right here. Give me Arizona. Harris.
That ass whooping they took last week ain't gonna be nothing compared to this week. Arizona.
Brian.
Arizona's going to be led by, or New Mexico's going to be led by a quarterback named Devin Dampier. Got a weak offensive line, got a weak defensive line. Their national rankings 118. In Arizona, they're going to compete for the Big 12 title. They're a no joke team. They can play. So I'm definitely taking Arizona in this game.
Tim.
Yeah, Arizona should take this easily and cover.
Michael.
Isn't it sad that they only lost by 5 points last week? That doesn't mean a damn thing because Arizona is one of the better teams in the country. And that's who I'm going with.
All righty. Now we got some big time games coming up this week.
Oh, here we go.
We're gonna start up with Harris right here. Harris, Penn State. They're traveling to West Virginia. They're an 8.5-point favorite, is it? On the road. Harris, who you liking in this game? Noontime start on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to take the potential Big 12 champion, West Virginia.
All right. Brian.
They're very excited in Morgantown for sure. Garrett Green's a quarterback. Top 2 running backs return. Defensive line is very strong. Secondary is very strong. West Virginia was 9-4 last year, and they may do better this year. I'm taking West Virginia.
Tim.
Yeah, Penn State does not have the power of that stupid cat that roars after every first down. Give me the Mountaineers.
Yep. Do you think they win outright, or you just got to take cover?
Yes, I think they went outright.
Brian, do you think they win outright?
Penn State's got 6 starters back on defense. Their defense is good, but yeah, I think West Virginia will beat them.
All right, Michael.
Okay, my newest hero from ESPN is broadcasting his show in Morgantown on Friday. What does that mean to me? That means that this place is going to be pumped up and so excited. Although Penn State wins the game, I'm taking West Virginia because something's going to happen and it's going to be a close one. And maybe Pat will have some more Guinness.
Harris, you like in West Virginia straight up?
I like West Virginia, but not to win the game.
I do. I like them to win this game. I've been hearing a lot of talk of them winning the Big 12. I don't think they're that good. I think they're really good. But look, you can go 11. I mean, you can go 11-1 or 10-2 and still not win that Big 12 championship,
Right?
and still make your playoffs. West Virginia,
Right.
they're playing big time stuff right here. Penn State realizes they lose right here, that's their season, brother, because they've got too many good teams down the line to play. They're not going to win all those games. I like the upset. I actually think it's not that big an upset. I like West Virginia double-figure win. I think they win handily in this ballgame. I like West Virginia.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's go to Brian. Clemson heading to Georgia. Actually, they're going to play at the Dome, I think. Georgia Dome. Georgia, 13.5-point favorite against Clemson. Go for it, Brian.
Okay. Clemson's coach doesn't believe in the transfer portal, so he didn't bring in any transfer people. He believes in developing his own players. They were 9-4 last year. They have an elite defense, but I just don't know about their quarterback. Georgia is rated in the top 10 in every unit. They got players all over the field. What was the 9.5 points you said?
13.5.
Well, 13.5. I'm going with Georgia. Beck is back. He's a good. He might be the best college quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see with Clemson. Just they've not had a consistent quarterback since Trevor Lawrence. Just that alone's enough for me to not pick Clemson many games. I'll take Georgia to cover that.
All right, Michael.
Georgia is a one pissed off team, and they're gonna have their contingency at the Dome. They might fill up maybe 3/4 of the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. They might even play better football than Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons. Okay. By the way, Desmond Ridder was cut today. Let's go with Georgia in a major round.
All right. All I've been hearing the last 3 weeks is if Clemson doesn't do something different this year, they're going to get rid of their coach. And I think he's on the hot seat. I really believe he's on the hot seat. I think they're going to come out and play for their coach. They're going to lose. They're not going to lose by 13.5. I think it's a close ball game. I think Georgia's got some kinks they got to work out. They don't have Brock Bowers anymore. He was their leading receiver. I just think they're going to have to work out some stuff. Clemson's going to be good against the run. I think it's going to be a real low-scoring game. I like Georgia to win, but not by 13.5.
Eric, what are you doing?
I will take Clemson in this ball game. Harris.
First, Ritter will be signed by Friday. Second, get used to seeing Georgia in the number 1 spot. They're going to be there all 12 weeks. Third, Georgia wins this game by 20.
Okay.
Why is this game on at 11 o'clock?
It's on noon Saturday.
People don't know how to think.
Can you believe that it is a noon Saturday game?
That's stupid. If that good of a game, you got to put it on prime time or something.
Have we? No, we hadn't done Miami at Florida. Miami heading to Gainesville. Miami is a 2.5-point favorite. That is it, folks. Who are you liking in this ball game? Tim.
Miami is favored against a ranked Florida team.
Yes.
Says all you need to know about what you.
Miami's
ranked too. Miami's ranked.
Okay, so.
Oh yeah.
It just.
Miami. Were they?
19th.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. Florida's not ranked.
Florida's not ranked.
No.
Okay, but
yeah.
I thought it'd been higher, to be honest with you. Well, Miami has a transfer quarterback in, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. From what I watched of game day,
they got that. He played for him last year. This quarterback played for him last year at the end.
Oh, did they? Did he? I thought they got a new quarterback in.
Not the whole year. Yeah, I think he played some of the year.
Yeah,
Okay.
He actually played pretty damn good. They're hoping he's going to be ACC Player of the Year. Is what I'm hearing. So we'll see what happens.
I just don't like what Florida's doing. I'll take Miami to cover.
All right.
Even a late field goal wins it, so that covers. So
Mike.
Miami Now you see, here's another rant. They have the Georgia game on at 11 o'clock in the morning. Okay? They got this game on at 2:30 in the afternoon. Which is the better game? The better game is Georgia Clemson.
But
Okay.
it's the contract of the conference and the network.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Remember, the
ABC's
SEC
got
is
it.
now on ABC.
Yep. ABC's going to cover this game, not the SEC network. Yep.
Yeah,
ABC's
or
but at
CBS.
11 o'clock, you
It
know,
could be CBS. You're right. It could
Miami,
be.
Miami. Everybody says Oklahoma's overrated. I think Miami's overrated. I'm gonna snap with the Gators.
All right. This is one of my 12 teams right here. I really think they're for real. I do think they're for real. I don't think Clemson can beat them. I don't think Florida State can beat them. This team is capable of going 12-0 this year. They're gonna lay the hammer down on Florida. And when I say lay the hammer down, 3 touchdown minimum. They are gonna pound them in Gainesville. I'll take Miami in a blowout. Harris.
This is in Gainesville, right?
Yes, it is. And I still think they're gonna go right in there and do it. Think they're gonna march our ass right in there.
I'm going to take Florida in a game that may end up going to overtime.
Okay.
Okay.
All righty. Brian.
Miami had the second best offense last year in the ACC, and Cristobal is an offensive line guy. So I'm pretty sure their offensive line will be better than Florida's defensive line. Now, Florida, I like Graham Mertz. His first 2 years at Wisconsin wasted him. They didn't put anything in the passing game, and he really struggled in Wisconsin. But last year, Mertz showed what he could do. He is a very good quarterback, maybe a top 5 college quarterback this year.
Play.
But overall, Napier has not done it at Florida, and he's on the hot seat. I'm thinking Miami. I'm with you. I think Miami will beat them.
I agree. All right. We go to Michael. Michael. We hadn't done Colorado State yet. Colorado State at Texas. This is really not nothing major here. Texas 32.5-point favorites against Colorado State. It's whether you like the point spread or not, I think. But does anybody? Well, let's find out. Mike, do you think Colorado State wins this game outright?
No, Colorado State doesn't have a chance. By the way, R.I.P. Sid Vicious. I'm sorry. He was a nice man. He was a mean man, but he was a nice man to his grandkids. Anyway, give me Texas.
All right, Mike.
Hook 'em one.
Yeah. This is another team, just like Oklahoma, just like a couple of these other teams, Penn State. I don't think they're as good as people say they are. They're a top 5 team coming into the season. They're not going to walk through this SEC like they did with Big 12. They're going to come out with 2 or 3 losses. They still may make the playoffs. It's going to be close. They win this game handily. They walk all over Colorado State. I'll take Texas. Harris.
I'm going to go with Texas.
All right. Brian.
I'm going to take a wild pick here. I think Colorado State was 5-7 last year, but they had a good offense. Their passing offense, Nicolosi as a quarterback, was 9th in the country last year. And Texas graduated 2 great defensive tackles, and there's some question who's going to pass rush for Texas.
Yeah.
Their offensive line and quarterbacks will be great. I do think Archie Manning will play this year.
Yeah.
Ewers is the number 1 guy, but I think they'll find a way to get Archie Manning on the field also.
Yeah.
Another problem Texas has is they just lost. I think C.J. Baxter was their number 1 running back. He's out for the year. He injured himself in practice.
What's up, Larry Harris? What's going on, bud? Thank you.
So Texas only has 4 healthy running backs, scholarship running backs in their program. Good offensive line though, so they should be able to find somebody. But I'm picking Colorado State to cover. I don't think Texas will beat them by more than 32.
All right. Tim.
Shout out some people in the chat here that have come in. Hello, Daniel Berry, Sports Highlights. Hello, Sean Oakman, and hello, Larry Harris.
Yeah, Sean Oakman. Thank you. Yeah, Sean has a car in YRL too. So.
Oh.
Very cool. Very cool. Tim, tell us why.
That's a Sean D. Okay, that's Sean D.
No, that's not Sean D. It's Sean O. He was in Division 2.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
So shout out to all the people that did YRL.
Sean.
I still think that Colorado State's 5-7, probably about the same. So let's give this to Texas. Arch Manning will definitely see fourth quarter action.
All right. Comes back to me now. Notre Dame at Texas A&M, playing at Kyle Field this week. A&M is a 3-point favorite heading into this game. I lived in Texas for a while, and I know they say this is 12th man. This is the toughest place to play, toughest place to play. If there's going to be a team prepared to go to Kyle Field, it'll be a Notre Dame team that focuses everything on game one of the year, and this is the one focus game they got to have. This is a team that's probably going to make the playoffs regardless whether they win or lose to Texas A&M. But I think this is a statement game for Notre Dame. If they lose this game, I think there's a chance they could lose 3 or 4 more. I don't think they lose this game. I think they outright win this game. I'm taking the dog here. Notre Dame by at least a touchdown. Harris.
I like Notre Dame, and I don't think they can lose 3 or 4 games and get into the playoffs.
Oh, no, I don't think they can either. I'm just saying if they lose this game, I think it could result in them losing.
I think a loss in this game here is going to destroy them down the road. They have to have this game point blank. Yeah. Notre Dame wins this game.
All right. Brian.
Yeah, with the shakeout of all the conferences in recent years, Notre Dame, I'm shocked that they're one of only 3 independent teams that they didn't try to get into a conference because they can't get in the top 4 seeds. They can't get that by. Riley Leonard looks like to be their quarterback. They got an elite defense with stars got NFL players on the defensive line, linebackers, and the secondary. So their defense is big time. Texas A&M's got a new coach and Mike Elko, who should bring a lot more energy than the last guy. But they have replaced the interior of the offensive line. They got 2 decent tackles, but the middle of the line, so that's going to be
2 guards and a center, I think.
I'm picking Notre Dame.
All right. Tim.
I think I'll try to be the contrarian here. Notre Dame's got a good squad, but let's see if they pull any bonehead plays like having 10 men on the field in the last play of the game. So I'll take Texas A&M.
Michael.
I'm going to say this. I was in the warmest city in the country 2 days in a row this summer. We hit 117 degrees in the afternoon.
Wow.
Do you think Notre Dame is going to be ready to deal with something that's even more south? It's going to be 97 degrees down in Kyle Field. There's going to be 100,000 people there, okay? And they're going to want to celebrate for their new coach. This is upset time. Texas A&M.
All right. Mike likes Texas A&M here.
Wait a minute. He says upset time. Isn't Texas A&M the favorite?
They're favored by 3. They're favored by 3, Mike.
Then still, they'll win the game and they'll win by 10.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
I think it's an upset.
Let's go to Harris. Harris.
Vegas did the right thing.
Boston College playing at Florida State. Florida State's already got a loss on them. This is coming up Monday night. I think on either ESPN or either Fox. Florida State, 17-point favorites at home right here. Harris, tell us why they can cover.
I'll tell you what. Florida State wins this game, but they will not cover. They're going to win this game by the skin of their teeth. They are not a good football team right now.
Brian.
Bill O'Brien's the new coach at Boston College, and I think he will improve that team. Boston College, let's see, they return only 6 starters, but I think O'Brien will put it together. FSU, Georgia Tech really took it to them. FSU has a decent offensive line, but Ugalele, the quarterback, I'm not impressed with. He has kind of been a disappointment his previous 2 stops, and I don't think he's going to be any better at Florida State. Last year, I was very high on Florida State all year, but not this year. I think Boston College.
Is it Ukulele? Is it Ukulele? Is he their?
Yeah.
Is he,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. DJ Ukulele. Yeah.
What'd you say the line again is on this
17.
for FSU?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Boston College will cover.
All right. Tim.
Yeah, I don't. The first time coach Boston College will want to impress, but Florida State will still win, but not by 17.
Michael.
What's the weather down there for the weekend? Does anybody know?
I don't know, but
Where
I don't think it's
Down here?
I don't think it's gonna be 55 and breezy. Let's say it that way.
no,
Well, after that tough loss to Georgia Tech last week by a field goal, I think Florida State's going to be a little pissed off. I just don't understand why they're number 10. They should have dropped a little lower, but it doesn't matter. Ooh, nice
Enough
catch
teams
by
didn't
Judge.
play.
Wait.
Tomorrow they officially drop. Tomorrow's when they drop.
Oh, tomorrow they'll drop. They're 10 right now.
Yeah.
But they'll drop tomorrow. Okay. But they're pissed off. And I don't think Boston College is the right team to be there at this time. I'm going to take the Seminoles.
oh, they said lower to
Temperature
upper
game time will be
60s.
91 degrees.
Yeah, definitely. The chop.
Man, only question I got is can Boston College win this game? 17 is outrageous. If anybody saw any of that first game, that quarterback was lost.
I saw it.
Yeah, he was.
Absolutely lost. He had
After that
no
first
clue
series.
what was going on the field. They were running. He was running one way, and the defense was coming with him, and the offense was going the other way. This team is in mass confusion state. They have a great defense, but like a lot of people said about Iowa earlier, defense don't do a lot for you unless they can get the ball across the line. I don't understand the line. 17 points is way too much. I'm not even sure they win this game outright. I think they will. I'll say something like a 24-21 game, 24-20. I'll take Boston College. I'll give me 17 points all day long. I'll take it. We go into Bryan now. Is this the final game? I think it is. USC goes to Vegas to play LSU in Allegiant Stadium. LSU, a 4-point favorite coming here. Bryan, who are you liking here?
Definitely LSU. They're an SEC team. They're tough. And until I see one speck of defense on USC, I'm not picking USC.
All right. Tim.
Thanks for bringing that up, Brian. Yeah, they were definitely Swiss cheese at the end of the season, and I think the bacteria is still there that caused the holes. So yeah, give me LSU, and then you feel safe.
Mike.
Oh, Usk. I'm surprised Usk was allowed to move to a new conference. I figured they'd join Washington State and Oregon State and be the Pac-3. But yeah, it's a no-brainer. LSU has always been a better team, and they always get off to good starts. So give me LSU over Usk.
All right. Yeah, I'm with you. LSU's a better team here. Just simply being able to hand the ball off and run the ball down the field, that's something that USC doesn't have compared to LSU. LSU has a great front seven. Yeah, I'll take LSU. I'll give up those points in a heartbeat. Harris.
The only thing that hurts LSU in this game is the travel, and I don't think it hurts them enough. USC right now is overrated at 23.
The one thing about USC is they do have a pretty good offensive line, and over the last couple of years, I thought they were one of the most technically sound, fundamental offensive lines I could see.
Do they improve on the 8-5?
No, their defense is still bad. It's very bad.
Now, folks, I've heard some flashes this week. Some of us like this team, like that team, like this team, like that team. Well, let's kind of go around the circle here. College football's top 12 playoff teams. And Brian, who have you got as your 4 conference winners?
Okay, my 4 conference winners I have for the SEC: Georgia,
Okay.
Ohio State in the Big 10,
Okay.
Utah Big 12,
Okay.
and my surprise for ACC is Miami.
Miami of Florida. Okay. Harris.
Although I think SMU might surprise some people too.
Okay. And is it in that order? Was it Georgia?
Yeah,
Ohio
that
State?
order. Georgia, I got number 1. Ohio
So
State,
you got Georgia, Ohio State number 2, Utah number 3, and
Yeah.
Miami and Florida 4.
Miami 4.
Okay.
And I don't
How
think
many-
Miami's a top 10 team either.
How many of those teams go undefeated? If any. If any.
Maybe Ohio State.
Okay. All right. And so if they go undefeated, would you think they would go to number 1 maybe?
Yeah, Georgia might go undefeated too.
Yeah, they could. Harris, your 4 conference champions.
I got Georgia, Ohio State, and I got them both running the table.
Okay.
I still like West Virginia in the Big 12.
Okay.
The ACC, I'm going with somebody nobody's looking at right now, and I'm going to go with North Carolina.
Okay. North Carolina.
Oh,
Michael.
You know, I have a complaint, another complaint. Why is it always these big tree conferences that they stole every one of them and they all put them in different, you got the Big 10 with what, 18 teams? Is
Yeah.
it? And the Big 12 with 15 teams? All right.
ACC and the SEC. So
Right.
who are you liking,
Right.
Mike?
Who am I liking? Right now, I guess the number 1 team in the country is Georgia. Okay.
Who you like out of the Big 10?
Out of the Big 10, I think Michigan. I think Michigan
You
has
like
a shot.
Michigan. Big
Yeah.
12.
I haven't
Big 12.
really,
How about-
studied that
Oh, yeah.
much, but the Big 12, I'm gonna go. It's a weaker conference, and I'm just gonna throw this on the hat, and I don't know. It's so hard. It's so hard to pick from that. I'm gonna go with Oklahoma State,
Okay. All right.
and then
Yeah. Tim, are you going to do this or you just want to watch?
I'll just watch.
Okay. I've only got 1 team.
I don't
I've
think
only-
any
I've
team's
only
gonna
got
go
one team
undefeated.
for
By the way,
I've actually, I think maybe there could be 2. There's a reason I've got them in the order I've got them in. I got Ohio State as my number 1 team. I've got Utah as my number 2 team. I think they could go undefeated. I got Georgia. I think they're going to take a loss somewhere along the way, even if it's an SEC championship game. It's not really going to matter a lot. I think they but let's see. Whoa. If they lose the SEC championship, they wouldn't be the SEC champion then, though. That's right. I still take Georgia, and I'm taking Miami of Florida. I think Clemson's a ways back. I know Florida State's a ways back. And these teams up here in North Carolina and Virginia, NC State, they're not far enough up. Duke, Wake Forest, Virginia Tech, Boston College, Syracuse, they're playing catch up. Pittsburgh, a lot of these other teams. That's why I like Miami of Florida. let's go to the independent scene. Does anybody in here like Notre Dame to make the top 12? I do.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
You do?
yes.
I personally home run Philly, so they're up 4-0 now.
Oh yeah, they just hit it. Yep.
Yeah, they did.
Yankees are down.
I've got Notre Dame going undefeated. I got them as my number 5 team. Brian, where have you got them?
Notre Dame, number 9.
Number 9, Harris.
I've got them at 7 right now.
7, Mike.
8.
8. Okay. All right. I'm gonna give some teams out there, and if I end up missing it, guys, make sure you mark it to the side. Make sure that I notice it before the end of the telecast. My number 6 team I've got is Oregon Ducks. Does anybody else have the Oregon Ducks in the top 12? Brian.
Yes.
I do.
I do.
All
I
right.
think
5.
So far, in fact, me and Brian, I got him as number 6. Me and Brian have all 6 games, 6 teams, because we got to 4 conference champions. We all
Oregon, I got 7.
Yeah. Okay. My next one. Let's see if everybody's with this team. Maybe not. How about Texas Longhorns, Brian?
Yeah.
Texas, I got 5.
All right, Michael.
Texas, I don't think will make the top. I don't think they'll make the top 5, but they'll be in the top 12.
That's all.
They'll
That's
be
all
like
we're about, the
10.
top 12. So you like them in the top 12.
I think they're 10.
That takes care of 7 of them. Now we start getting to places where we kind of itch and scratch, and it's going to be like, okay, Rob, I don't like that team. I like his team instead. So Arizona did have a lot of players returning, Keith. Yeah, we talked about them earlier. We think they are a legit team. I'm not sure they're top 12. We'll talk about that in just a minute. My number 8 team, I'm going to say one other person has it, but not everybody. I got Ole Miss. Ole Miss. Brian.
Nope.
Harris.
I do not.
Michael.
No.
Okay, I'm the only one that has the Ole Miss team up there. Then let me give a couple of the left-out teams that I say are not making the playoffs. I bet you guys do like them. How about Alabama?
Yes.
Yes, I got
Brian.
Alabama.
Number 9.
Alabama.
I got them 6.
I got them at 9.
I don't have them in the top 12. Mike?
I would say yes. I think they would be
Okay.
my number 5
Okay.
team.
This team right here, we were all talking about them a little while ago. I got them as a left-out team. They're going to have to run the table if they're going to make it, I think. Florida State. I got them not in my top 12. Brian,
I don't have them.
Harris, how
Nope.
about you, Michael?
No, thank you.
Okay. Let me shoot. Bless you. Let me shoot another team to you here, and you guys can tell me whether you like them or not. USC. I don't have them in my top 12. Brian,
Absolutely not.
Harris,
Swiss
Michael.
cheese. Nope.
Michael.
No us
Okay.
for me.
This is one I do have. I don't think nobody else is going to have them. I got Clemson in my top 12.
Number
Brian.
10.
I do
Huh?
not.
Harris
10.
says number 10 is Clemson for him.
I do
Michael.
not.
No.
No. Okay. All right. Let me go over here to the side here. I'm going to pick one that you guys do have. Brian, LSU. I'm going to say Brian has LSU.
I don't.
You don't? How about Harris?
Nope.
How about Michael?
Yes.
He does have LSU. I do not have LSU as well. I don't like LSU's chances this year. Kansas. Brian.
I didn't think long and hard about it, but I don't think their defense is good enough.
Okay. Harris.
Nope.
Michael.
No.
Okay. This is another one I don't have. I'm going to say at least one person has them. Penn State. Brian.
Yes, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Their schedule's easy. They only got OSU, Ohio State. They got SC, which I think is overrated. And rest of them teams that they should beat,
Harris. Do you have them in?
No.
except for West Virginia. I'm not sure they're
How
going
about
to
you,
beat.
Mike?
I do. Yeah, I
You
think
have
they
Penn
might
State
be
in?
the number
Okay.
12 team for me.
All right. Let me shoot one more at you that I do have in my top 10. Michigan. Brian.
I do not.
I do have them in my top 12. Harris.
Nope.
Michigan. No. Michael.
Yes.
I do have them in my top 12. They just squeaked in at 10 for me. I think they're going to be a 2-loss team. We're going to see where they come out at, but I do have them in my top 12. Brian, Oklahoma. I don't have them.
I do not.
Harris.
Nope.
No. Michael.
Nope.
Okay. Here's one right here. I had to take a couple of breaths. Like, okay, are they or are they not? Arizona. I don't have them in my top 12. Brian.
I do have them at 11.
Oh, okay. Harris.
Nope.
Oh, Michael.
No.
Okay. There's another one I think somebody probably will have. University of Washington, the Huskies. I don't have them. Brian.
Nope.
Harris.
Thought about them, but no.
Michael.
Michael Penix is gone. No.
Okay. Here's one more. Missouri. I do have them in my top 12, believe it or not. Brian.
I got them number 10.
I got them too. Harris.
I don't have them in the top 16.
Okay. Michael.
I have. It's either Missouri or another team. So my instinct says no.
No. Okay. Brian. Kansas State. I don't have them. Brian.
I do have them at number 12, but the problem is we might run into a situation in Big 12 with Oklahoma State, Arizona, Utah, Kansas, them beating each other. And that will
Okay.
kill them. But I do have them at 12.
Kansas State, Harris.
Nope.
All right. Michael.
No.
All right. And I'm going to promise the world that nobody has my number 12. I'll guarantee it. Liberty is going to go 12-0. They're not going to lose to anybody this year. They're going to get placed up there some kind of way. They're going to get pushed up enough to where they're going to be the number 12. I'm taking the Liberty Flames. Brian, you didn't take them.
No, but if they get there, they'll probably have to go to Texas or Alabama.
Yeah. Chances are they're either going to have to go to Notre Dame or Oregon or something. Yeah, it's going to be tough. 12's going to have to go to 5, so it's going to be very tough. Harris, you didn't take them.
No.
Michael.
No.
Okay. So Harris, how many teams right now out of your top 12 have I not mentioned?
Well, I know one in particular,
Okay.
and that
Okay,
would be my
Brian.
number 12.
Okay, Brian, how many of your top 12 have I not mentioned?
You mentioned all of them.
All 12. Michael,
1.
1. All right, let's go to Michael first. Let's see. It's not Texas A&M, is it?
No.
Anybody got a guess out there? Anybody got a guess out? Let's see. Who could it be now? Who could it be?
I tell you what, it's probably not the team, but SMU was 11-3. They've got a good coach, and they're returning 14 starters.
It's not SMU, is it, Mike?
It's close, but it wasn't them.
I was going to guess Iowa, Michael.
Iowa, no.
No. Not Tennessee. Okay, give us your team, Mike.
I am going way out of the box on this one.
Okay.
Way. And it's still in one of the big conferences.
Okay.
I am going prime time.
Colorado.
Colorado.
I just think Colorado's got a lot. I just think they've got a lot going on, and I don't know. When you got that many cameras on you all the time,
They don't make a bowl game this year.
How about you, Brian? Do you like them?
Really?
No, Colorado's got a very tough schedule. They're going to get a rude awakening in the Big 12.
I
And
agree.
you can tell the pressure's on Dion by already his antics with the
Yeah.
press in Colorado there. He's not really – I mean, he's a good coach, but he's not told – he's kind of reminds me of – I don't want to offend anybody, but he kind of reminds me of Sirianni. He's not exactly an adult as a head coach.
Yeah. Keith said Houston. I don't know where Houston stands right now, but I do know Harris has got one more team that he likes. Is it West Virginia?
No, I got West Virginia winning the Big 12.
Oh, you do have them win the best.
All right,
Oh,
all right. 1 through 4, I got Georgia, Ohio State, West Virginia, North Carolina.
That's right. So who is
Okay.
it?
Then I believe you already mentioned Oregon.
Yep.
Did you mention Utah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Notre Dame.
We got Utah winning the Big 12. Me and Brian.
Okay. Texas, Alabama, Clemson, Miami, and then Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee's the one.
He does like Tennessee. Okay.
That's a good choice.
That is a good choice.
Okay. One final question around for the whole panel right here. First off, how many undefeated? Let's go around the board here. How many undefeated teams will there be once the clock runs off in the national championship game? Brian.
I noticed that Keith Long is asking, will Nebraska be improved in the second year under their new coach?
They
I
should
think they
be.
will. I
I
think they
think
will
they
be
should.
improved, and
Yeah.
I think they'll have a pretty good quarterback. He thinks of himself as a Patrick Mahomes, so he showed
Yeah.
up in Nebraska with a Mahomes haircut and looking like Mahomes.
Yeah.
But I do think Nebraska will be improved. Undefeated,
Right there. So the most it could be is one.
yeah.
Because I'm talking about by the time the
It could be either Georgia or Ohio State.
Done. So who do you think wins the national championship?
Georgia.
Georgia, undefeated, not undefeated, all the way across the board.
I think they'll be undefeated.
Wow. Harris.
Nobody finishes undefeated. Georgia wins the national championship.
Okay. Michael. Undefeated.
Nobody will finish undefeated.
Okay.
No,
I'm
they'll
with
be
you guys. I think Georgia has such a tough schedule that I don't even think they're going to be even. Like I say, I think they're going to be a 3 seed. But Ohio State might run through the table with the Big Ten. But once they face this bunch of 12 right here, they find another thing coming. Ohio State does not make it through here. Utah doesn't make it through here. I like Georgia to walk through them. I really do. I like Georgia, and boy, oh boy, who do I like them playing? Oh my gosh, wow. I hate to say a conference rival, but I like Missouri. I really like Missouri this year. I think they're capable of losing just 1 or 2 games, but I like Georgia to win the national championship. Tim, you've been out of the conversation for a little bit. How many? Obviously, can't be but one undefeated. Will somebody go undefeated?
No.
And who will be your national champion this year?
Me? I'm going to go with Georgia. Until somebody can find a way to beat them, it's going to be Georgia.
What does Tim say?
The problem is I don't want to go with. You know what? I'll go with somewhat of an upset. Oregon.
Oregon. Wow.
Okay.
So you're saying Oregon won't win the Big Ten championship, but they're going to find a way in this playoff to come up and start playing football.
Yeah, why not?
And you know what? It's when the hot team plays a hot. That's
Right.
it. They can lose 2 games in the regular season, get in this top 12, and if you keep your stuff together, and this is the one thing that scares me this year. How many are going to say I'm not going to? I'm decide not to play in this game?
Right.
I
No,
hope
that's not
I
happening.
hope you don't get none of that trash.
Yeah,
Once
the
that
playoffs.
Once
Thank
that starts, you may as well cut the 12-team playoff out.
Right.
Once they say, there's a chance I can get hurt in this game, I think I'll sit this one out. Just go on and just exit.
Yeah.
Who wins at
Wow.
Pac-2? Who wins at Pac-2, says Keith.
Oh, Washington.
Yeah.
No, isn't Washington?
You know,
Well, I mean-
I'm sitting here looking at he says Oregon. I'm sitting here looking at the bracket I would have.
Uh-huh.
Tennessee would come to Oregon because
Yeah.
the first round is on campus, correct?
Mhm.
Correct.
Okay, then the next round is bowl games.
Yes.
So if Oregon would beat Tennessee, they'd have North Carolina. The winner of that would have Georgia. That's a hell of a road.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
nobody's gonna get it easy. Nobody gets it easy here. The top four get a bye. That's it.
I don't know if that bye is actually a good thing or not.
It
Well,
usually is,
the only
especially
good-
like
the
in
only
baseball.
good thing about it is they can, when you got Georgia scrimmaging against Georgia, it's hard to get any better than that.
Yeah.
I mean, when you go out there, you're going to face their best 12 against your best 12. So I think that's going to be pretty good.
Now keep in mind these guys are going to be playing a week sooner in that first round than what they're used to with bowl games.
Yeah.
Tree
Lock
nothing
to the
that.
week. Lock to the week. Cool. All right, Harris. Who do you like this week? Who is your lock? You the only one can take it. Who's it? And it's with the
I'm going to go West Virginia.
you're gonna take West Virginia, and you took West Virginia straight up in this game. Harris is gonna take them as his lock of the week. Brian, we're going with the lines, not going with the straight ups. We're going
Lock
with
of the week. Let's go with Utah.
Utah. Okay, Utah. Brian says he'll take Utah. All right, Tim.
I will take Kansas over the Prisoners.
I was thinking of that too.
Tim says he'll go up against what's the name of that prison?
Lindenwood, Shawshank,
No, it's
or the Mean Machine.
No, it's one in Kansas. What's the name of that prison there?
Leavenworth.
Lansing. Leavenworth.
Leavenworth. Yeah, Leavenworth. Lindenwood. The Leavenworth
Mean
Lindenwood.
Machine.
Yeah.
It's Lindenwood.
Who
Mean
you like,
Machine.
Mike?
Who do I like? Oh, with all my big mouth and stuff, I'm gonna go with Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Okay, let's see. Let me find Mike with Oklahoma there. Yep. And you know what? I'm going with LSU, guys. I think LSU will go to Vegas and travel well. I think they're going to do fine here. I really do. So we'll see what happens there. Sorry, guys, that we weren't able to carry all the way up to 8 o'clock tonight. I got some personal matters going on here at home. I want to thank Harris. I want to thank Brian. I want to thank Tim. I want to thank Mike. I want to thank everybody out here in YouTube land. Do subscribe to the channel. Do like the video. And do watch us about 15 times this week and be like, okay, what the hell is Rob thinking? And what the hell is Harris thinking?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. What the hell is wrong with me?
Yeah. But guess what? We're going to have a winning record. I'm going to tell you, we're going to have a winning record. And then next week, we'll start our NFL picks on this channel. And we will go with a consensus pick too. And then I may see if we can go up against another channel. And if we can do that, maybe we'll do that for fun too. For all these guys here, my name is Rob. I want to wish everyone a happy Tuesday evening. God bless. Watch all the MLB baseball you possibly can. Baseball is still out there. Have fun with it. College football this weekend. Pro football the following. Have a great one. God bless. And we do thank you. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye.
And